morning, Miramar, and welcome to the show. I'm Tamara G., your host, and we, of course, always tell you can check us out on all of our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at City of Miramar. And with me today, we have two very special guests, along with, of course, Andy, our producer, who's always here with us. But our two very special guests today are Thor Barraclef. He is the Chief Programs Officer for Habitat for Humanity of Broward, and one of my favorite people in the entire world. Not just South Florida, the entire world. Marcia Berry Smith. She is the Director of Government Relations, Policy, and Advocacy for Habitat for Humanity of Broward. And the reason why they're with us today is that we have a partnership, Habitat for Humanity of Broward and the City of Miramar. And 3 new homeowners are going to move into their homes. We have a home dedication coming up, and we just want to talk to them about that and how possibly you can get involved. So welcome to the show, Thor and Marcia. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Just wonderful. Wonderful. Good morning, Tamara. Thanks for having us.
No problem. Well, I would love to talk. Let's start with Thor first. Thor, as the Chief Programs Officer for Habitat for Humanity of Broward, you guys have entered into this partnership with our great city of Miramar. How did that come about? Tell us.
Well, Habitat has obviously been focused on, affordable housing in Broward County, and the city of Miramar is, the most cost-burdened municipality in Broward. And as a result, the collaboration on affordable housing seemed like a no-brainer. And I will tell you, the city of Miramar was all in very quickly, finding the land that we needed to build these homes, 6 in total, 3 that are being dedicated shortly. And, with that collaboration, with the ability to have the land, which obviously is the most expensive piece of affordable housing, we were able to get to work and build these homes in the city of Miramar. And I will tell you that we had a huge outpouring of interest from folks looking for affordable housing.
Mm-hmm. And so you mentioned that there are going to be 16 built. In what areas of Miramar will they be built?
You know what? I'm sorry, that's my silly accent. Actually, 6.
6.
So,
okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I was wondering if there was.
I'm an old radio DJ, so it could be my hearing too. 6. So what areas of town will those be in Miramar?
Sure. So there'll be 3, there's 3 separate areas. Marcia, would you help me with the actual street addresses there?
Yes, it's more of the east side of Miramar,
Okay.
39th Street, 40th, and around 60th.
Okay.
And
Miramar.
it's single lots. It's scattered, what we call scattered sites in the business, not actually contiguous.
Okay.
So the homes are separate and scattered, but Tamara, they are so beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful, and I'm just overwhelmed with the support that the city has given us, and with the outcome, anything. How can we cooperate? How can we help? There's been help with marketing. There's been help with down payment assistance, and we have 3 families who, without this, candidly, would not have been able to own a home, much less a home in Miramar.
And that's where you come in, Marcia, as Director of Government Relations, Policy, and Advocacy. Obviously you go around and you talk to all the municipalities. You talk to the people who would be making that decision whether to get involved with Habitat for Humanity to help their citizens and their residents. You mentioned that, all of the leaders are wanting to get in and help. So this was a pretty easy deal for you to find Miramar and get these houses in Miramar.
Yes, when it came to cooperation and partnership, there was never a stall.
Okay, awesome. That's awesome. And so we have 3 families that are getting ready to get into their homes. Thor, tell us about this dedication that's coming up on November 21st, by the way, which, is coming up real soon.
Well, the dedications are really our opportunity to celebrate the milestone. This is, as you know, these are not homes that were given away. The families work very hard for them. They put in hundreds of hours of sweat equity. They meet escrow requirements. and they go through a year of education in, lifestyle and empowerment classes, home ownership classes. So it's our opportunity to really celebrate that hard work, to thank our sponsors, such as the City of Miramar and others that help us do that work. And really, it's a ceremony in which we provide, the keys to that home, and they can begin that process of living, in their new home that they've worked so hard for. And I will tell you, it wouldn't be happening, for the holidays if it wasn't for the City of Miramar working with us through this COVID environment.
Oh, people don't understand when you're building a home and there's permits and inspections and like you said, having escrow money and all this other kind of stuff, it could really discourage a lot of people, but you want to encourage people. And I'm glad the City of Miramar actually worked with you guys to make this happen for November 21st. I also want to talk about what you mentioned about the sweat equity put into the homes, because a lot of people, for whatever reason, literally think that you guys, Marcia and Thor, go around just giving people houses. Oh, Habitat for
That's so
Humanity,
true.
they give you a house. No, they
Yes,
don't.
exactly. And from my old days, Tamara, as a banker, that's also where I come in, because Andres, you may remember that I have been in banking and doing lending. So our homeowners go through a rigorous 12-month financial literacy, life skills, health. We emphasize health now in our curriculum. And so that at the end of this, they're not just prepared to move in and pay a mortgage, which they do. However, on top of that, they're also taught how to take care of the house. They're taught community engagement. You may probably see one of them on your community councils someday to come, or a commissioner.
Right.
But they are taught how important it is to be a part of the community and not just a resident.
Right. And as someone who, through one of my civic organizations, I've actually worked on a Habitat for Humanity home. I came out and volunteered. We worked with the young lady who was going to be living in that house.
Yes,
So
exactly.
she was putting up sheetrock and she was doing the things. So it really is that you get the homeowners involved, right, Thor?
Yeah, absolutely. And, that's so important if we're going to build a community, right? That we have neighbors working side by side with volunteers, with, funders, city commissioners, whoever it is can come out there, work together, get to know their neighbors, because, we're building more than just homes, right? We're building community.
Absolutely.
And so that's a really important part of what we try and do here at Habitat. And you're right. I mean, we see the Charleses out there on their homes that are just about to be finished. Shoshana, another terrific homeowner who's worked so hard. And when you think about these homeowners, they also have, they have regular jobs. So they're finding time in between those hours. They have kids they're looking out for. So it's an incredible commitment that they're making. But I tell you what, you see them out there on the site sweating, and they're loving every minute of it.
And we love your background too, Thor, because that is some of the Habitat for Humanity homes, correct?
Absolutely. This is some of the homes that we're building actually in Pompano, where we're building the largest single-family affordable housing community in the county's history. And we suspect that, we hope in the not too distant future, Miramar will be given Pompano a run for its money.
All right, now speaking
Tamara,
into existence, Thor.
If I may, Tamara,
Yes.
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the children also go through an empowerment period where we have classes, youth empowerment classes.
Awesome.
And it's called Blueprints for Life. And we were honored when you came out and addressed the children. We had a Who Am I and What Do I Do guest game, and having the children guess what you did. And it was so important and vital, because we didn't bring in, the regular star from sports, some type of sports and so on. We had radio personalities, we had software programmers, we had different things. And so, as I said, if the children are the owners of tomorrow, let's face it, and if we don't encourage them and embolden them from now to be a part of all of this, then what's the point? So Habitat is very, very keen on the children's message and mission.
It's amazing. I want to give you the support as well, and shout out to, it says this project was supported by the family home sponsors Burdette Beckman Inc. and Robert Taylor Jr., WSVN Channel 7, that's right in our backyard, their corporate place over there. Our house foundation sponsors, Public Supermarkets Charities and TIAA Bank, and of course the Blueprint sponsors, HG Charitable Foundation, Gore Family Memorial Foundation, Holman Automotive, Wells Fargo Foundation, and Sunshine Health. So thank you to everyone who has helped to make this possible in the city of Miramar, where these two families, the Charleses as well as Miss Seeley, will be moving into their new homes on November 21st. That's a great Thanksgiving gift. So thank you, Thor and Marcia, for that.
No, thank you, Tamara. And if anybody else is out there listening saying, I wonder if that could be me, just give us a call.
Oh,
visit our website. Yes.
Perfect. And Thor, give us the website so that people can definitely check it out.
Sure. It's www.habitatbroward.org.
All right, habitatbroward.org. And again, we thank you so much, Thor Barraclef, the Chief Programs Officer for Habitat for Humanity of Broward, Marcia Berry-Smith, Director of Government Relations, Policy and Advocacy. We certainly appreciate you guys coming on this morning, and congratulations to those two families that are going to be moving in on November 21st. You guys couldn't have gotten a better Thanksgiving and Christmas present than your very own home. So congratulations, and thank you to City of Miramar and all of the officials who have made this possible as well. So we certainly appreciate it. You're watching Good Morning Miramar. Until next time, I'm Tamara G. See ya.